ready to dive into this bitch? Alrighty, we'll go ahead and start the recap. No, you didn't. All right, y'all, we're back at it again. Strixhaven, year 1.5. Boo, 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 boo. 1.5, meaning that we've reached the pivotal moment in year one for you all of Dean Ambrose, the prominent teacher of Silver Quill, dying after a tumultuous encounter with year one students. 3 weeks after this event, we fast forward to what feels like school life for you all, kind of sort of coming back to normal. You all, where we last left off, we're heading towards Guillaume's class, Ezekiel, Kadim, and Shanistar. Just another day in culinary, trying to figure out what cooking food has to do with magic. As you all get to your class, Vexel, our fellow Eldrin, was heading towards his Witherbloom class as well, botany, taught by Dean Willowdusk. So these two classes, while they are adjacent and share the common ground of being on Witherbloom campus, today's a special day where they collaborate, and culinary and botany come hand in hand. And lesson was using spices in day-to-day life. So especially in dish form, we see the four get paired up. The spice that they had to use was cinnamon. The rest of the peers were handed out different spices amongst different ingredients to make a dish on the fly. And as it turns out, the dish ended up passing. It was an A plus, from the taste to the texture to the execution. Ezekiel's cunning. He was able to sense the mushrooms were rotten and prestidigitate them into fresh mushrooms temporarily to hand out to the classmates and sabotage the dishes.
I mean, he also was the one that came up with what dish we were making.
He did. You really?
Really?
Out of
Unbelievable.
13? Out of 13?
Unbelievable.
I gotta go back. I don't know about that.
Oh,
I-
you noticed.
I know. I thought I did. Ezekiel did come up with the dish idea. Did come up with using other people's spices, which was not out of the guidelines. So thinking outside the box really helped elevate the dish. Meanwhile, Shanistar did request some cumin, I believe. At the initial reaction of the elf turning around without any type of understanding, Shanistar decided to poison spray their cauldron. And before walking away, the elf had put in a nice little pouch, presented him some cumin. Then we see Vexel, who was preparing the gnocchi and apparently had made this before in a previous time, was doing it so well. We see Kadim, who was able to, with his construct physique, ground up the rice without any issues into flour and whisk up some cinnamon creme, and of course whisk it onto everybody at the same time. So the class went well, and at the end of the presentation, Guillaume and Willowdusk remind everybody to grab their curriculum, their extracurricular. So this is an optional vocation. I know from experience that not every school is like this, but you always have the math, the social studies, the English. Those things are kind of solid, but you every now and then will have something like gym or computer class or music theory. These are kind of like secondaries, and this is kind of what those are. That is where we are picking up.
I'm gonna show it to him.
However,
Everyone,
we
look at
have
this.
we have an interesting little addition here to pick things up
Please
at.
just show up. Look.
What up?
Look at
So
my cube
Austin.
here.
Real quickly, Austin, you want to just give us a brief summary about your character Whenever you get a second.
Yeah.
What?
Hmm? Hmm?
That's what they were like doing.
Huh?
Those are my Doritos. You got the audacity to treat me like that, and those are my Doritos.
Unbelievable.
You can't mess with Doritos, man.
My
Nacho
Doritos.
cheese.
I did see Party Size, so
I just don't eat them all.
I'm not.
I
Come on, Sakari. We aren't
I-
wanted here. Yes. He's acting embarrassed.
She thinks I was okay. The short, stouty dude, very prominent beard, ginger, green eyes.
and what's your character's name?
His name is Crowl Halfbuster.
Okay. Carl, after the so your team, your group, um, roll just a regular d20 for me. Just a raw d20.
Raw dog it.
12.
12. Alrighty. So after your group had managed to muster up a B plus with the ingredients that you had, your team was one that had the rotten mushrooms that Mike handed out. One of your teammates did use it for the dish. You do notice, however, your good old buddy Vexel with the group after their dish has been handed out, just talking amongst themselves before they pick a curriculum. What do you do, Crawl?
So we're trying to pick a curriculum. I'm trying to understand this. Sorry, I had to go get
Yeah.
a switch set up while you were
Oh, you're good. No, so
describing everything.
what?
Sorry.
I can explain it for you again. So right now, this big troll by the name of
Mhm.
Guillaume and this big druid by the name of Willow Dusk are they have a table in front of their podium that has different parchments with descriptions of extracurriculars.
Okay.
These are things that are designed to help year one students get to know the different campuses, the different activities that they might see once they go into year two and establish their house or their which guild essentially between Lorehold, Quandrix, what etc. So you see that table. You see your good buddy Vexel with the three that he was paired up with, just talking at their table. And then you see what looks to be a large cluster of your class and the culinary class kind of just talking before the end of the class.
I'm gonna go get some information real quick from one of the
Yeah.
parchments. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So you and a group of others start to grab amongst the different papers. You see three different options. The first option that you see, it describes absorb the culture of the cactus folk, a group of tree folk filled with rich history on the Lorehold outskirts. Learn their culture, customs, and participate in an afternoon of activities. That is the first curriculum that you see. You continue to sift through others to see what different ones there are. You see a second one. Unwind and take in the artistry of a Prismari playwright, where elements and students take the stage, with music and breathtaking visuals, featuring Quint and the Prismari painters.
Loser.
He's in the middle of his play. Deaf.
When you hear that name, roll history for me, Austin.
17 plus 1, 18.
Okay, so you recognize the name. So this individual was put into a medical facility. His arm was broken. His
Okay.
his foot, his boots that had metal on them, burned into his skin, and he lost the ability to hear cognitively. And this person, you don't know what context, but they went through hell. And you heard this through some of the students.
Don't mess with Texas.
Uh, um, after you look through the rest of them, you see a third and final option. Option 3. Get up close with Quandrix's one and only Akupara, the great turtle. Akupara oversees the initiations for Quandrix campus and is offering year 1 students to practice their tests, practice their merits, featuring a presentation by Ruxa.
Hell yeah, I'm going with the turtle. Hell yeah.
All right, so you grab an extra curriculum for the the turtle.
Yeah.
Guillaume and Willow Dusk notice that you've chosen one. And Willow Dusk, your teacher, speaks to you. I see you've picked up the one with Akupara, the turtle.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes, I did.
Tell me, Crawl, do you have what it takes to get to the top of the shell?
I reckon I will have that ability to get top of the shell. Mhm.
Well, that's exciting, and I don't know if you've met Ruxa, but he's tremendous. He'll make sure you all are well taken care of, and who knows, you might actually make it to the top, being a year 1.
I reckon I got these little legs here. I can get up there real good. Mhm.
Well, and then you hear the other teacher, Master Guillaume, step in. Ah, the turtle, the legendary Akupara. I was never able to climb it myself, but alas, I have stubby feet.
You talking about my feet?
No, Crawl, I'm talking about me, my physique. Ah, yeah. He just
Doing this.
But you see, it takes more than physique to climb the shell of Akupara. It takes cunning, wit, dexterity, and he tries to do a little shake. It's like, I had that in my prime, but now I just cook. I love cooking. That's all I do. Best of luck, Crawl.
Mhm.
Shay, where's your buddy Vexel? They need to grab one too.
Hey, Vexel. There's some guide over here.
All right, thank you. I'm on the way. So I guess I'll go up there and look. What was the first one again, Tom?
Yeah, I'll repeat it for you.
I remember the other two, but I forgot the first one.
Let me turn the page. Yep. One moment. Absorb the culture of the cactus folk, a group of tree folk filled with rich history on the Lorehold outskirts. Learn some of their unique customs and participate in an afternoon of activities.
Okay, sounds pretty good to me. I'm gonna choose that one.
Okay. And just for brevity, you all, I totally prepared in case you all decided to pick different ones. Just a heads up, if you all pick differently, we'll spend a little bit time with one group and then rotate to the next group and so on. So that way you can pick which one you want.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Alrighty. As you pick that one, Vexel, you also hear a little bit of commentary as well. Vexel, I see you're going to meet the cactus folk. Oh, that's exciting. Gavi is a treat.
Yes, it's a very exciting. I'm always anxious to learn more about people, and the cactus folk sound quite interesting.
Roll history. Roll history
Okay.
for me, Vexel. See what I can tell you about them.
We kind of seem like pricks. If you don't mind me.
That is just a 6.
A 6.
Yeah,
They're prickly.
it's good to know. Thank you.
Be very careful when you give them a high five.
But they do throw it back.
Mm. I shall warn you, Vexel. When you go to their activity, they do have a very tasteful nectar, and that can make you quite tipsy.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Alrighty, good deal. Ezekiel, Shannon Star, and Kadeem, what do y'all do?
I'm
Well-
listening to this fascinating bet they've got going on.
I don't know. The new one has a beard. Doesn't that make you stronger in your species? Well, them. Sorry.
My, have the times have changed. Let my people go.
Let my people go.
Was it true that you had locusts and frogs?
I believe so.
Were the frogs its own thing, or did they just show up for the locusts?
I think the frogs showed up after the locusts.
Hmm.
One moment.
So decommissioned.
hmm
I am not exactly sure. I think it has something to do with the fact that uh, Plarg got in a lot of trouble, and I seem to be connected to him somehow.
Oh no. I mean, what do you plan to do?
I have some investigating of my own to do at the Prismari campus.
Prismari.
Yes,
Is that where like looks over at Ezekiel? Pappy? Pap Pap you called him from? Hmm.
Yeah, I can. So you're asking if that's where he taught?
Yeah. Which dean was he of?
Oh, he was Silverquill, but you
Oh,
did see
Silverquill.
you personally did encounter him at the Prismari ball.
Oh, that's good enough for us. Yeah. Me. Well then yeah, I still would ask the same question.
to be honest, I'm not exactly sure where to begin investigating. There's the Lorehold School, where I was trained and commissioned. There's the Prismari, which I've been hearing some of these strange buzzings about of my decommissioning. And then there's the Quandrix campus, which explained to me about the bird god that brought me back to life.
Yeah, gods.
That's
Hmm. I was going to say that of the Oracle. Doesn't she see things?
She does see things.
That means
That
she
is
owes
true.
us favor.
Sure.
Well,
I'd be
let's go
interested.
do that.
Okay. That works for me.
cool
Well,
deal.
come on.
What is it that you're explain to me one more time, Blake? You're going to seek out Oracle Yazdi?
Well, so we were just talking while you were preparing, and we somehow came up with the idea of just going to go talk to Oracle Yazdi first or the dean. So let's go
Yeah.
do that.
I'll let you on that her residential residency is at Quandrix. If you're
Well,
looking
that's
for where to
where
find her.
we should go.
Okay. As you all start to um, place your attention that way, you do hear a familiar voice from Guillaume. Make sure you'll grab your extracurriculum. He's like waving them up for all three of y'all, noticing y'all haven't picked one.
Can we pretend we didn't hear him?
You can continue walking if you want to do that.
Yeah.
They don't. No, y'all gotta get back here. Y'all gotta choose one.
Who are you?
Shatterstar looks at Ezekiel. And that's not one of yours, right? Just checking.
Okay, then maybe we should just talk to him later.
Okay, so you all start making your way to Quandrix campus, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
What's that mean?
Now, that is the same.
Hey, stolen
that-
gang signs.
Elder Life.
So where you all are going is the same area that Crawl's going. But Crawl has different motivation. He's following the curriculum, and then you all are looking for Yazdi. So you all have a common area, Vexel.
Mm-hmm. Do I need to
So
change mine?
no, you don't have to. If you want, you can stick with it.
All right, I
Um,
want to drink the cactus people. Let's go.
okay. All right. So we'll start with you. So you are given a couple things. You're given information on who you're going to be looking for. The name is Gavi. I'm gonna go ahead and send in chat what Gavi looks like. So Gavi, he has this strikingly amazing hat, and he has furs. Just make sure he is going to be, for better or worse, your interpreter. He's the one who's going to be able to speak on your behalf because the cactus folk do have a very different language that they speak. Just be mindful of that, okay, Vexel?
Okay, thank you. I'll seek him out. A hat and furs. I got it.
Alrighty, and here's the directions, and she gives you like a little brochure about the cactus folk and where they're like outside of the Lorehold areas that you've been to. Um, so you go ahead and head towards that area.
Yes. I
Okay,
will.
alrighty. So as the day starts to wane, you start to see students just kind of walking about. Um, you do notice as you start to get to Lorehold um, a different construct that looks a little bit different than Kadim starts to approach you. And I think this one's already in the channel. If you want to see what they look like, you'll just want to go to Strixhaven Faculty and refer to Laylia, the Blade Reforged.
Okay.
Oh,
A
I
girl.
see her. I see her.
Okay. So as you start to go up to the larger area that Lorehold's like main campus is, this individual starts to kind of approach you, but in a very calm way. Hello there. I'm Lelia, and who are you?
Hi, I'm Vexel. It's nice to meet you. I'm on my way to see some cactus folk.
Ah, I see. So you're here for the festival. I'll be more than happy to help make sure you get there, and I can give you a little bit of information on the way.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that. I'm looking for someone named Gavi, I believe.
Gavi is our liaison, as you can say. And he comes and goes here at Strixhaven, and it is in fact a special time for the Cactus Folk. And as you all begin to walk, you start to notice the heat pick up a little bit. Um, Clouds are nowhere to be found. You notice it's rather warm. The temperature is not as humid as it is arid when it was when you were at Witherbloom. Um, you start to pass some of the Lorehold students that are learning what look to be different artifact, like fossilization. You see some different archaeology kind of studies going on. Um, as you pass by them, Lealia starts to kind of go into a bit more of an explanation of what these cactus folk are. So let me go ahead and refer to that. I'll have you know, Vexel, is it?
Yes.
That this event is really a celebration of the sun. As you can see, it's a really good day for the sun. Um, the Cactus Folk are excited and happy to have students invited for the event. It's going to be a great time. Music, laughs. Um, they see it as a time of growth. Um, once you find Gavi, he won't steer you the wrong direction. Do you have any questions for me?
No, not really. I've heard, I guess one. I've heard of their nectar being quite intoxicating. Um, I'm just curious, how do they extract that? Seems a bit odd.
You know, she rolled low on that. I'll be Vex. I'll be honest. I'm not really familiar with their nectar. I have definitely heard that it's quite the drink. It's something that is pulled from the ground. Um, it's not from them.
Okay, good. I wasn't ready to put my mouth on a cactus
Yeah,
plant just yet.
it's it's the nectar from the as you as you all start to um let's see here. Oh yeah, Strixhaven campus. So I'm gonna add picture there. Which real quick aside, like thousand thanks for putting this Discord together since our last hangout.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, so as you start to get closer to the cactus preserve, you notice that much like what you'd expect from a desert area, um, what green you see is cactus flowers. Um, it's a bit more prominent as you get to this area. The heat starts to pick up just a little bit, but with what equipment you were given from Guillaume and Willow Dusk, you're able to keep yourself cool um, with the rations that you were given. Lelia then points you to where they're at. So here's where they're going to be getting together. Um, keep an eye, just wait for Gavi here. There'll be cactus folk that start coming in. Just be very careful around the prickles as you might presume. Um, and I'll be back over at Lorehold. It was nice meeting you, Vexel.
Of course, thank you. It was very nice meeting you. I appreciate all of your help.
Oh, no problem. And Laylee starts to kind of walk back. Um, you notice that when she walks away, it's with almost like a soldier's purpose. Like she's got some type of um, stride about her where she's walking very, almost like a soldier would in a way.
Mhm.
Um, so as you get there, roll perception for me.
Okey-dokey. That is a 15.
Okay. As you look around, there's areas that you can sit that are made of stone that kind of create some almost like some type of outside amphitheater. You actually notice um, one cactus folk that is already kind of getting settled in, and he's just kind of sitting, just kind of waiting. He's about maybe 20 feet from you. What do you do?
Well, I don't think I can communicate very well, but I'll walk up and kind of just wave a hello.
Baba the
Okay.
boop.
Alrighty. And this is just a reference of how he looks. And his silhouette just kind of makes motion towards you, and with his prickly hands, he goes, "Shabba-dabba,
God. Um, uh,
What did he say, Tom? I couldn't
you,
hear him.
you too.
shabba-dabba,
I thought that might have been what it was.
Malado.
shabba-dabba,
Yes, yes. Very, very nice to meet you too.
shabba-dabba, shabba-dabba." And he holds his hand up.
He's prickly though. I'll try to I'll match it.
Okay, and your all's hands just like slowly. Oh,
Yes, it's quite hot.
during this we'll pick up where you left off. We're gonna go to the other
Okay.
side. All right. So everybody else, you start to reach Quandrix campus. Crawl, you're the only one who really knows the purpose of why you're going to Quandrix for the extracurricular with Aquapar the Great Turtle.
Hold on. We know what our purpose is. We're just not the purpose of this class.
So as the four of you start to reach the Quandrix gates, what do you all do?
Walk in.
Um, uh, I know we're heading for Yazdi's place, but I
Mhm.
also want to keep an eye out for. I'm trying to find the name of that.
Is it
The thing that I talked to.
Yeah, the fractal bloom Essex, the big.
Yeah. So would I have to walk by that thing to get to Yazdi, or?
So you all don't necessarily know Quandrix enough to know where her residency is. The as you enter, um, if you want to look for directions on how to find that residency, you can where Yazi's at, or if you want to
Where's
find
the
where.
tallest tower? That's where they go.
Um,
So
would I remember where Essex was?
roll history.
Okay, that's an 11.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, if you roll 10 or higher. So you recognize because it's across from Rux's class. This was Rux's class is one that you've been taking um anatomy at. So it's in that same hallway. Um,
Okay.
so do you break off from the rest of the group?
Um, I'll go ahead and just tell them. While I'm here, I'd like to ask Essex a couple questions to follow up on what I was told this last semester.
I don't mind. I'm just
Okay,
here so that we're not in the other class.
great. So I'll just go ahead and step in then.
Oh yeah, and whatever you're finding, it's probably important.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go in, and I guess
Okay.
they're free to follow me if they want, or
Yeah. So at
hang
this
out with
point,
me.
everybody follows Kadim into the room with Essex. Okay. And again, Austin, the art and reference for this character is in the Strixhaven faculty. Scroll up a little bit, and S6 Fractal Bloom is who Kadim is looking for. Trevor's character.
I they are looking for something I don't
Yeah.
care about. So
Okay.
He's like, I'm not
Um,
going with them.
they're like I said, I was trying to post the GIF and be like, yeah, they're the mean girls right now.
mhm.
Yeah.
Um, so you all managed to go into the same area that Essex is at, and as you do, you see this glowing purple fractal. And Austin, you said that you are with them, or you're heading towards the.
I'm heading towards the turtle.
Okay, gotcha. So well,
I I know what my assignment is.
Yeah.
so what I'll do then, Austin, here in just a minute, we'll get to where you're at.
Oh, that's
So
fine.
the three of you, you enter this hall into this big, large dormitory where it looks like there are students that are quietly performing some type of research or study, um, and just you can hear a pin drop, and you see this bright purple fractal uh, hovering above in the center.
Excuse me, Essex.
Ah, Kadeem. Well, hello.
Hi. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Well, I am busy. I'm afraid I'm terribly busy, but I've got time for just a couple questions.
Okay, well, sorry to bother you, but I'd like to ask more about the Sukar.
Ask away.
Um, I'm beginning to wonder if something is going on, uh, I guess that's more than what may meet the eye. Um, I've been hearing rumors that I'm going to be decommissioned.
There's a pause that comes after that, and Essex without like saying anything, just perfectly stand still. I have not heard of that. Certainly, I have not heard of any construct being decommissioned. Where did
Well,
you hear that?
I have not been told officially. I just heard it from some students. I believe it was from the Prismari campus. But I come to you because I remember we spoke of this looming threat of the Sukar, and I just wonder if they are influencing these decisions.
As you say that, there's a couple students that are working close to Essex that stop their research and kind of start listening to the conversation. Unfortunately, I don't see a threat in my vision. It appears anything that might come is so far away.
Can I roll insight
Yeah.
on
Were
this
you, were you
thing?
yeah, what would you like to roll insight on?
I don't think he's telling the whole story. I think he knows a lot more than he says he does. Like
Okay.
he's upset. He's upset that we asked this question.
Zone of truth. No.
And then remind me again, like just what I need to roll against that.
Well, I rolled a natural 20, so 22, but that
Okay.
would be deception or persuasion, depending on if it's true or lie.
You get the
You don't
feeling
have to
that
say which.
yeah. You you get the feeling that because the pause from that it took to answer that um was trying to provide a different answer than what it wanted to give.
So you know nothing of this decommissioning room?
No, I'm afraid not. It is against Strixhaven law to decommission a construct. All life is precious.
Hmm.
Kadeem, he's lying to you.
Is that so? Well, if that's the case, that's rather unfortunate. I thought we had a good thing going, Essex.
Honestly, I'm telling the truth. As far as any type of decommission goes, looking at rules for Strixhaven, faculty can be fired, but life cannot be taken. Decommission might mean loss of role. If your role was a protector, you might have been decommissioned into the role of student, perhaps.
Well, that was already the case, correct? I am a student now. I'm no
Looking at a
longer a member of the guard at the campus. I'm just a student like everyone else.
looking at events that have taken place after Dean Ambrose died, it appears as though all constructs are no longer protectors, but rather students, and new protectors are being trained under Lorehold's eye.
So who are these new protectors?
They are seen over Dean Osgear, the reconstructor.
Is he at Lorehold campus?
He is.
Thank you for the information.
Roll perception, Ezekiel and Janistar.
Un clap papa.
Hmm?
15.
Okay. Chanstar, you notice that during this conversation, there are about three or four Quandric students that have gradually stopped their research and have just been watching you all very intently.
All right, I'll talk to the floating thing. And this law can't be changed or loopholed around.
Perhaps if Kadim was considered a threat. From what I see in my logs, it appears that he was brought here unsanctioned, without permission. That has appeared to have caused, uncertainty with some faculty, questions of origin, questions of stability. but from what I see, I do
He's
not see a
fine. He
threat.
eats now.
You've
I
changed.
do eat now.
Yeah.
To the
Those,
buffet, that is.
he's those are very threatening words against him being a threat.
So far, it is just opinion. It is just speculation at his origin. Just contains mysteries. But mysteries are Lorehold's specialty. They do like to uncover things, both in the ground and in history. So perhaps there is more to be learned from Kadim's history.
Well, you hear that, Kadeem? They're going to cut you open and see what makes you breathe, I guess.
Hmm. Well, that would be interesting. I have not had human lungs for some time now.
Shannistar, Essex speaks to you.
Hmm.
Would you like to know more about how everyone is doing from where you are?
I'd rather not. The goal was to be away from them. I would like to keep it that way.
Very good. Ezekiel, would you like to know how your family is doing?
Oh,
Uh,
um, Zeke, what does he do exactly?
no, that's good. Yeah. So
Well,
you
see,
know.
that's. Oh,
Oh,
go
go ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah,
No, no, go ahead.
I was gonna go ahead and fill you in, Ezekiel. So you know that your father completely disregarded the trade of magic. He is very much into the skill of trade. So um he sees shipping and trading of goods as, like he oversees merchants, and there's money to be made where he's at. So he's he just as a tradesman, that's what you know of. Say again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, see, that's what I thought. But yesterday I heard a rumor I wanted to talk to you about. Your dad supposedly coming to take over the school silver quill dean thing. But that didn't sound like how you described him, so it had to be someone else's Ezekiel.
Just to be sure.
It is in the logs that your father, Ambrose, is on his way to campus. I'm trying to remember his name. Top tip. Yeah, Master Ambrose. Master
Tim?
Lou. Master Ambrose is on his way. There is discussion of whether he or someone else will take over the role of Dean Ambrose.
Well, then there's
um,
high hopes for you if that one also fails.
we're gonna put a pin real quick where you all are and crawl, crawling. So what? So you actually make pretty good ground to the botanical gardens. It's a very large area that um quite beautiful. There's so much care put into the landscape, um, almost as if there's very symmetric like angled bushes and trees that are filled with life, and what looks to be like a very nice outdoor area for study. As you start to reach the area that you're assigned to, you see Ruxa, a very large bear druid, bipedal, starts walking towards you. He's got what looks to be like a stick that's in his hand, and he's just casually jaunting. Hello there, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for the turtle.
Ah, Akupara, yes, the curriculum, right? You're here to spend the day with the turtle, I see.
I thought I
Well,
was a climate, but sure.
yes, well, he looks over and he points at, like, there's a very good sized tree, almost kind of like the Erd tree in a way, where it's a very like large wide trunk.
Mhm.
See that tree right there?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he takes his like his little stick and he just plants it on the ground, and you start to feel this like tremor. And as you feel this tremor gradually shake the outer area, um, you start to see that tree gain some height, and that tree is on the shell of a tortoise. And this is what you see.
That's a big boy.
So to put it into scale, um, we'll say that this turtle's about maybe a dozen stories or so tall. The rest of you three, you hear the. We'll circle back to you, but you also feel these tremors as well. This turtle stands up from where it's resting, and as it gets its full range of motion on all fours, there's this little bit of what looks to be like dust that kind of settles from where its feet firmly plant where they are. You see these bulbous forms on its shell, all type of vegetation just falling off the sides of it and on top of it, and you see this tree just now peeking over the sun of where the middle of its shell is. That right there, my good buddy, is Akupara, the great tree.
We're friends now. I didn't catch that. Why'd you call me buddy?
Ah,
Yeah, I thought you were
oh,
supposed to be my teacher. There's no teacher-student relations like that here.
oh well. Oh, that trust me, I'm a friend of yours, a friend of mine. I'm sorry, I'm
He
Ruxa.
chose the bear.
Mhm.
Yeah, just the bear in the forest.
I just realized that shit. Damn it.
I was giggling.
Ruxa wouldn't hurt me.
Mm. And
You ever seen a
as
grown bear naked?
they chose me.
Only you can prevent forest boners.
Hmm. Now, Crawl, here's something I wanted to tell you about with the initiation. Have you ever heard of what the initiations are?
No, sir.
Well, if
You're
anybody,
rolling back house.
nobody could just become a Quandrix student or Witherbloom student or Lorehold student. They each have their own initiations, and here at Quandrix, the initiation to become a student is to reach the top of the tree, and you can do so in many ways. But that is your goal, if you so choose, Quandrix. Let's see, perhaps if you can make it up there. Maybe you have it in you.
I reckon I'll give it my best shot. Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So you see
Ah.
this.
Send
So
one
a-
to the intelligence school.
as you and Rexa start to kind of get closer to the turtle, you notice that there's a couple other students that chose this curriculum. You notice that a couple students from the cooking class that you were in, a couple students from other classes. The you're at your what looks like the back left foot.
Mhm.
You notice that there are some students that are kind of looking at how they try to approach the trek to the tree. What do you do?
Um, I'm gonna walk around to the front and look at the turtle in the face.
The turtle just like almost like a sphinx is just like kind of looking at the horizon, and you walk just enough to get into its peripheral, and it kind of slowly like turns its head towards you.
How's it going?
Ah.
Mm. Reckon you don't mind folks climbing your body.
Just a slow no.
I I adore your wisdom, sir. Hmm.
Ah.
You mind giving me a lift up top there?
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Somehow a 15.
As you say that, he starts to slowly bow his head, and you notice that the head has a lot of wrinkles in it, and a lot of like what looks like warts and just kind of age on a turtle this large scale. But he lowers his head just low enough to where it's almost as if the head gives you some type of option to ascend.
I do appreciate your help, sir. And starts. Oh, but that's got a pustule in it. Oh, gross.
So you start just getting on top of his head.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So as you do that, the head slowly starts to kind of get a little bit of ground, and I want you to go ahead and as he gets about maybe a couple stories off the ground, roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. 5. I'm very dexterous.
You notice that the footing that you have on him, it's almost as if it's reminiscent of like wet rock almost, where it's very slippery. You almost fall off, but you manage to with one hand grab on what looks like a part of like his neck. Right now, you're a couple stories off the ground and I'm grabbing his neck. What would you like to do? Would you like to hold on or do something different?
I don't think I have. Uh, Give me let me just check over my spells real quick, as if I need something for me.
Hmm.
Uh, That's not gonna help. I'm gonna just try to climb.
Okay.
I
Roll
mean,
strength for me.
5.
Okay. So you don't manage to get any higher than where you're at, but you're still holding. Um, his head starts to go a little bit higher. So right now you're about 4 stories up. I want you to roll another strength saving throw because you're holding on with your strong hand.
That's a nat 1, baby.
Oh really?
Wow.
Goodbye. It was
All right.
fun.
So you
Goodbye, everyone.
you
Don't let
you
me fall.
so as he's lifting up,
Turtle man.
the the grip that you have gives out. However, as you fall, you notice that there's some type of interference that you have, almost as if there's some type of feather fall. Um, and as you reach the ground, Rexa comes over. Oh, you took the method of trying to ask for help. I see.
Yes, I'm not very nimble.
Ah, well, the good news is we've got you. You can go again if you want there, Crawl.
I'm doing it again. I can't fail this. That's
Okay.
short. I gotta be better than that little teacher earlier.
I'm gonna put a brief pin in that next attempt. We're gonna go back to Vexel. So, Vexel, as you
Texel's face is just covered in cactus juice. I did what I had to do.
so Vexel, as you where we left you off, you notice that there are a couple more cactus folk that come in, but are none of them have the features that you were advised of that were Gavi.
Hmm.
They don't match the picture. They're cactus folk, but they don't have the attire or the hat. But you do start to hear more of them come in, and then you hear another deeper voice, and they're like looking over at you.
Just gonna wave them all by. Yeah, yeah, hi. Yes.
There's the one that's still sitting next to you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That that is 1000% my inspiration for this bit. During this, what you're trying to make out of it, you notice that there is what looks to be a scorpion that tries to crawl into the desert in front of you.
Okay. I guess I'd like to examine the scorpion, kind of.
Okay. As you pay more attention to the scorpion, it's crawling just a very slow crawl, and before it goes into where it was trying to go, it notices you and just kind of stops and kind of tilts its head, looking at you.
Okay, I guess I'll look at this thing. Does it look like a normal scorpion or
Yeah,
is it,
it's a normal scorpion. That's just its pincers, or it's like
okay? I'll just observe him quietly. I like to observe things, learn things.
okay. So it tries to just carefully, like slowly. If you're just looking and not trying to advance it, it makes a little bit more of a gesture towards you.
Okay. Hmm, I guess I'll take a little step to the side, see if it still follows me. It's coming after me.
Defend yourself.
So you're not trying to get closer to it. You're just trying to go to the side.
Yeah, just see if it's actually coming like for me.
Okay,
Is it
gotcha.
is it just beelining toward me or
No, as you move, it takes a step and retracts back.
okay? I'll take a few steps toward it. Why not? We'll approach the little guy.
Okay. So as you approach him, he doesn't give off any type of threatening aura. He's just curious.
Okay, I kind of kneel down and examine. I'm curious too. Still
Okay,
creature.
gotcha. So you kneel down and you get closer to the scorpion. And it takes just a brief moment. It steps back again, but it slowly starts to kind of show a little bit more trust towards you.
Okay, got this little. I'm gonna, I'm gonna gesture to the guy beside me, the cactus guy, and be like, "Oh, look at this little guy."
Huh?
Just look at that. Can I try to touch this thing? Pick it up, examine him
Yeah.
carefully.
There's an animal handling stat in there. Roll for animal handling.
Oh yes. Let's see. Not great. A 5. Getting stung.
Alrighty.
Being
So so you
slow.
try to pick it up.
Yeah, why not?
So you try to pick it up, but when you pick it up, you pick up a lot of sand, and it kind of falls out of the. It accidentally falls out of your hand with the sand.
Slippery. All right. I guess I'll leave him be then. I failed my
Okay.
attempt.
Shabba-daw, he just starts talking to you like, "Wada, oh, no, no, no," and then there's a couple more, and you're just seeing at this point about a dozen or so cactus folk, and not a single one of them look like Gavi. Um, but you notice that there's a couple more students that are filing in from among the crowd, and they all look like they're not sure what to do, and they start to find some seats, and there's one that's like, "Kopo, kopo, po," and at this point, the sun just like it's like on another level at this point. You start to feel the heat that is building up, and it looks like there are ornate kind of like necklaces that are being passed around by one of the cactus folk, putting them on the students, and one of them comes over to you and tries to put one on you. It's just made out of what looks like um, various colorful stones and looks like maybe a couple bones, but nothing that prickles.
Okay, I'll bow down. I'll accept it. I'm here for the
Okay,
party.
you put one over, and go ahead and add a point of inspiration from the necklace, because this to them, you get the feeling that this is some type of like sign of the event happening and everything fun going on. Roll perception for me.
22.
All right, you notice, very hell yeah, you notice that there are just what appears to be like positive vibes coming from everybody. You do notice the cactus folk and the cowboy hat, and the travel attire starts to kind of go through there, and he's how about the horse, blah," and he makes his way to you. Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm, I'm doing fine. How are you? It's nice to meet you. Uh, I
Not
assume
my
you're.
name is Gavi.
Yeah, Gavi. Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Now you're
Okay,
part of
so
the curriculum.
I am indeed.
Oh, he's part of the curriculum. This and it's like, well, you came to the right place if you're here for a good time.
Clearly.
But tell me,
$5 sucky.
now you came here from Willow Dash class, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. I wanted to learn about y'all's culture and customs, and it sounded like a fun event.
Okay, well, very good, very good. And you are here as well? And there's just like these shell shock students that are like, yeah, yeah. How can you? How do you? How? Why do you speak and not? How do you get? Oh, I learned the language. I learned the language. I should do this though. As there's another cactus folk that start handing different what look to be like amenities, and there's this bowl that they start pouring out various cups of nectar and what look to be like some type of roasted dish. It, as it gets closer to you, the nectar has this almost looks like a tea to you, um, and it looks like some type of roasted bread that's been seasoned with different garnishments on it. So that's kind of something they're handing out to you as the guests.
All right, sure. I'll partake.
Okay. And so how much of this do you drink? It's you get a good, I would say maybe 2 cups worth of nectar.
Yeah, I would say not much since I was warned. I think I'm going to be cautious. I'm just going
Okay.
to sip on it a little.
Okay, gotcha. So it tastes really good. It has a nice sweet taste to it. Um, although it kind of looks like tea to you, it's not. Doesn't taste anything like tea. It almost tastes like some type of like honey fermented kind of drink. Um, it kind of reminds you of something you drank from your place of origin. And you eat the bread.
We'll eat, we'll eat the bread, sure.
Mm, we'll eat the bread. Copy
Okay.
that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're eating the bread.
Um, so you partake in it. You see some of the students that just like not knowingly what they're doing, drinking a lot of it. So as you take a sip of it and as you take a bite of the bread, um, you start to see all the cactus folk just kind of starting to kind of have like a nice little like dance, and some of them are doing like music with various instruments, and you hear this voice coming from what feels like out of nowhere speak to you. Can you understand me now? Hello.
God.
It looks
Is
like it's coming. It's you notice it's coming from the ground.
oh, oh my God. I look down. Is my little scorpion buddy?
It's a little scorpion buddy.
Uh, oh, hello. I do.
I'd noticed you were different. You're not from around here. Tell me about yourself.
No, um
Two
I'm a
mice.
student. I'm here to study. Why are you talking?
Um, You notice that after you drank it, you didn't understand a thing that this animal was speaking.
Mm,
It almost as if this nectar gave you some type of magical properties.
okay, cool. So what is your deal? Why were you approaching me?
Oh, I'm just walking around here. This is kind of where I live with my friends. Would you like to meet them?
Sure, why not? Might as
Okay.
well. Are they like you?
Yes, they're all scorpions. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so this scorpion just starts like scuttling away, and he goes out of sight.
Okay. Can I like look around and see if this nectar is helping me understand the other cactus folk too, or is it just scorpions?
Yeah. So you start to notice bits and pieces of what the cactus folk are saying. It's almost like "Ja da da ho," that it's a very good party. Like da 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 ho. Like it's kind of going in and out with the
Okay.
cactus folk. Dabba da da da. This one looks like he's gonna be a dud in school. Like, ba, ba, ba.
It's actually really intelligent conversation.
We're gonna put a pin in where you're at, and I'm gonna go back to the three amigos here. All right. So at this point, Essex reiterates, "I'm afraid I'm out of time." I'm just kidding.
Shit.
Just all the fucking NPCs are that now. Um, as I've said, I have a very busy schedule today. I do ask that you have to leave the classroom now.
Yes. Thanks for the info. We will see you some other time.
Alrighty, so all three of y'all exit the classroom.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you exit the classroom. You start to notice a couple students that are wearing ornate green and blue robes, the colors of the campus, kind of walking around in and out of class. You notice there's a couple that are wearing year one robes, just kind of the grays and the reds. As you all are now in the hallways, where do y'all want to go, or what do y'all look for now?
Yazdi.
Okay. We'll shortcut that you all ask for directions to get there, or how to get there. Well, then nobody knows where the fuck to go. You s- you see a scorpion.
Oh, oh, hey.
um,
Ooh, lunch.
so you wanna try to implement keen mind for the whereabouts. Okay, gotcha. Alrighty. So as you start to get to what looks to be a more what we'll say secluded part of Prismari campus, this is what looks to be the residencies of the teachers, where their offices are, where they retire to, where they sleep. Um, you notice that Yazdi's office is closed.
Well, maybe.
Roll perception to see if there's anyone around. Hmm. Yeah, so you see the two merfolk, Adrix and Nev. So these are teachers that oversee a different class. You can tell that they're teachers, but the way that they're dressed up, and they're these twin merfolk that are um, in the same vicinity, just kind of talking amongst each other. Mm, yes. Yeah, yeah. Hello. And you? I'm sorry. I'm Adrix. This is Nev. Oh, she's in there.
May we speak to her?
I presume you just knock, and the other one looks like, yeah, just knock. The door. The doors are just closed. You just see the doors are closed. Oh, no.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No. No, honestly, I don't think they have, like, a going to lunch sign, no, but she should be in there. Yeah, so you open the door, you do see Oracle Yazdi behind her desk, what looks to be, um, filling out some type of papers. "Ah, hello, Ezekiel, Kadim, China Star, decommissioned. Ah, yes, I'm she's trying to gather her thoughts. Decommissioned as in Kadim being shut down?
Yes.
Um, I've not heard such a thing. Let me check. She kind of pulls out a different like log and kind of looks at information with in this book that's red and white, ornate, what looks to be maybe like a charter for Lorehold faculty. Um, so you walked in, you're probably about maybe 10 feet. Yeah, you can walk closer. Okay. Okay, gotcha. So, roll perception, see what you catch as she's kind of sifting through the pages. She's doing that teacher thing where she's like that. A 14. So you do see just like in your passings, Plarg has been terminated. You see now resides at his home outside of uh Strixhaven. You see Osgear has been promoted. You see some information about regime, names that you don't recognize. You see Kadim's name on the Osgear, Osgir. Um, yeah, no, you're good.
They sent
Um,
Plard to live on a farm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's retired.
You do see Kadim's name on there, but it says where it said, and it doesn't say decommissioned. It just says um, demoted to student, but it does say the word demoted on there. Yeah, yeah. She continues to look at more. You do see on there, outside from that, the Lorehold stuff. You do see something real briefly about some type of like cactus event. You just see that as you scroll through it, like she's scrolling through it, but she stops looking through it and she goes back to the page with Kadim's name on it. Kadim, Shannon, if you'll come, she kind of gestures y'all to kind of come closer to read whatever she has.
Okay. I
It
do.
looks like now demoted is a bad is it's a nasty word, but it's a good thing. You are officially a student here.
Yes, I understand that.
Um, where did you hear the rumor of decommissioned?
Uh, I believe we heard it from some students from the Prismari campus.
She's um as you tell her this, she kind of takes a second and closes her eyes. Hmm. Quint, it appears as though it's a possibility, at least, that Quint and them were spreading false rumors about
Oh,
your
that's a shame.
demotion. Now, say they are having a play tonight. If you would like to,
Oh, I love plays.
You wouldn't. She looks at you like, "Are you're going to behave now, right?" Mm, okay, I'll see to it. And um, she kind of she pulls it. She puts that book back away, and she has like some type of envelope, um, that she opens up, and it looks like there's some type of like little tiny pieces of like admission, and she hands you three for you three.
Thank you.
Oh well, hold on a second. She pulls out two more. It's like, I just have a feeling y'all might need some pluses.
Oh, yes. Maybe I should ask Lelia.
I just have a feeling about these things that y'all might have some pluses. Is there anything else I
Okay.
can do? I can do for you all? Yes. Um. Well, I was going to send you this information after your classes, but um, your father is on his way. I'm sorry that he's not been here these past few weeks. I know everything's been tough for you, Ezekiel, but um, he is coming to have a meeting about the role of dean for Silverquill. Well, that's a role that we need filled. Fane denied it. All of our faculty have roles that they need to stay in, and we're having to fill that position as soon as possible. I'm afraid Plug broke the rules one too many times. Now there is someone that we're looking at. Felicia's father. Um, do you recognize the name Felicia out of curiosity?
That's
Yeah.
yeah. That was clean as date.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's all in good time. We will most certainly alert you all of when he arrives. She thinks for a second. He'll be here around this time tomorrow. Anything else I can help you with, Shannon Star Ezekiel?
I don't believe so. Thank you.
Yeah, it just looks like honestly a little miniature bookshelf below her desk that house books. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Absolutely. I love plays. Queef's done this before. Quint's done this before. Damn, slip of the tongue. Alrighty. So we'll put a pin in that. Crawl. So you and Ruxa are now staring at the front of Akupara. Hmm. How are you going to approach it this time, Crawl?
I was thinking I'm just gonna get up there, wedge my little staff here in between two of his abscesses, and lay flat and hold on, and just not try to climb, just let the head take me up there.
he does that thing where it's like, oh, all righty, yes, all right. And he kind of steps back and yeah. So you're going to wedge your staff between two of the kind of like
Bumps.
push, yeah, bumps.
Yeah,
All
I
righty,
know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you get a great start, like a good grip, and then do you use that to kind of climb or vault or?
I'm just as he rises, once he gets to his peak where it's closest to the top, that's when I'll stand up.
Okay, so you're gonna go for you're gonna do the head thing again, where you try to raise his head up.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. So you got a much better grip. I'm gonna give you advantage on these. Um, so I'm gonna have you roll a strength saving throw with advantage.
Oh, right. 8.
Okay, gotcha.
5 and a
So
6. Come
so
on.
you get to the same 3 or 4 stories height where you were at before, but
Hmm.
you feel like Akupara is just kind of doing it a bit more aggressively this time.
Hmm.
It's he's not as gentle as he was before. So now you're about you start to ascend about 5 to 6 stories high.
Hmm.
um, you notice that the staff that you have wedged in between these two uh, pustules or orbs is holding really well. You've got a really good footing, and you start to hear a uh,
You just fart.
during this. Roll perception for me.
16.
So as you start to reach this height, you start to see more of his shell, and you notice a couple students that are just like they're trying to actually just run up the shell, and it's not happening. They're just like sliding everywhere and pratfalling. You see a student that actually manages to get to somewhere where there's vegetation like vines, but the
Hmm.
vines actually start whipping them off. You hear one going ah, and then get featherfalled back to safety. There's another student that looks like they're just like rock climbing this thing, very strong, and next thing you know, um, he meets like a part where he can't get. He's like, oh, and just starts to slowly like go back down. Like, damn it, fuck. Roll another strength save for me as you start to get to around 7, 8 stories high on this.
There we go. 19.
Alrighty. So you start to hear just a very faint, there you go, that's a boy crawl, you got it, and then you hear another just very faint, like "Rah, rah, 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 crawl," and then you hear another, uh, and at this point, nobody is at the same height that you are. Um, there's not anybody there. There's a couple that are maybe about 4 or 5 stories high on this shell. They're finding some ways to get it, but um, there's a at this point a couple students that are watching you. You start to get to the peak of the shell about 10 to 12 stories high. Roll another strength save for me.
Dirty 20.
So at this point, the head is at the peak. You see this like the sun just kind of crest upon the canopy of the tree. You see this is the goal. You notice that his neck provides what looks like a very stable walk towards the shell. If you so choose to do that, he has it. He has his neck about as straight as it can be. Like
Yeah,
there's a little bit of a curve.
I will get up and use the stick to like make sure, like brace myself as I walk.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh.
Oh, I don't want to fall. Fuck. Um, there's a nice little breeze. You notice that some of the vegetation on the top of his shell is just bright green.
Hell yeah.
Um, the tree is a very healthy tree in the middle. You actually cross the neck without any issues, and now you stand at the tree. Um, and above the tree, you notice that there are what look to be some type of like fruit or something that is dangling from the tree. It has a blue and green color to it. Um, you notice that these can be picked. Um, you have about maybe about maybe I'll say 3 stories of tree between you and that fruit.
Mm. So the object is to get the fruit,
Yes.
I'd imagine. I'm gonna do something a little different. Um, what is that? I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon
Okay.
up next to the fruit.
Okay. Hell yeah!
Uh,
What type of weapon you casting?
it's going to be. I'm gonna need something to cut, so it's just gonna be like a great axe.
Okay. Cool deal. All right, sir. So you've got a spiritual weapon that is now hovering over one of the fruits.
And I'm going to cut it.
Hell
Attempt
yeah!
to.
So with one with one clean swipe, um, the fruit
With one queen swipe.
the
Got a
fruit gets
little.
chopped and it starts to fall towards you. Um, Out of curiosity, Blake, what would I do if I'm trying to like have Austin roll to catch the fruit as it falls?
Dexterity.
Okay.
If it's
Do it.
heavy, you do strength to see if he holds it. But if it's just to
Okay.
catch it, dexterity.
Yeah. Do a dexterity with advantage because you see it coming your way, and it's just like a matter of you catching it. Just do a dex save with advantage for me, Austin.
I rolled a 3 and a 5. I just go fuck myself. 4.
Wow.
So nervously, you see it come to you, and you try to hold your hand out, and it you miss it, and it falls behind you, and it's on the ground behind you.
Is it smashed?
It is not smashed.
I'm gonna pick it up regardless.
hmm So you pick up the fruit, and it has this nice sheen to it. It looks like the main color of the fruit is this green with just a little bit of blue kind of strapped into it. Almost kind of looks like an apple.
Not the weirdest thing I've ever put in my mouth. I,
you
right
do you,
now,
do you take a
Put that
bite of it?
down.
I will take a bite of it.
Okay. You take a bite of it. You feel like this is some type of like superfood that just um you almost feel like you got a good amount of energy from it, and you also, as soon as you take the bite here, good job,
Who said that?
good job, as it, like the head just kind of like leans over to you. You would be a great Quandrix student if you so choose. And your name?
The name's Crow. Crow Half Buster, sir.
Well, Mr. Halfbush. Halfbush?
Half Buster. Half
Halfbuster.
Buster.
Halfbuster.
He blushing.
You were the first of year one to get to the top. And judging by the progress made, might be the only one. I applaud you.
Well, thank you, sir.
Would you like some assistance back down?
Is the spell still going right now?
The spell?
The
The
festival?
yeah.
No, sir.
So you just
Paratrooping in like I did back in World War II.
this is how we do it. Yeah, so if you want to just take a nice jump off 12
Yeah,
stories.
he's gonna do it. Just tumble. Just like a giant cannonball.
So as you
Nice.
start to fall, you start to notice other students that are just continuously struggling. It's like, no, I got it this time. No, fuck. Damn it, I don't got it this time. How the fuck did
I
you do the
believe
rest
in you. You got this.
of this? I don't got it. I don't got it. You reach down to the ground, and a very excited Rex starts making his way over to you. Good job there, Claw. Good job, Claw. I cannot believe you've done that. I can't believe you've done this.
I mean, y'all. I don't mean to delude, like speak down on the teachers, but y'all set this trial up, so you got to have some belief in the children. Just because I'm 163 years old doesn't mean I have an advantage.
There's a lot of training that year ones go through for this. Um, you got it. You got back up when you fell off and got there the second time. You very intuitive with the staff too.
I'm not very nimble, sir.
Uh, you've got time to grow. You've got time to get more nimble.
You better watch what you say, sir. I don't have time to grow. This is max height, baby. This is peak dwarf.
Peak maximum performance. Um. So as he starts to kind of jaunt in his little journal, um, you get the word that you've aced this curriculum. The word's going to go back to your teachers, and you notice as you start to finish up here with the class. What do you do afterwards?
No, you.
I'm gonna kiss the bear.
What am I gonna do? Probably whistle and walk away from the rest of the class.
Okay, gotcha. So we'll say as you by the time that you finish what you're doing, you walk out of the grounds. You meet back up with the other three that were with you.
Oh, look, it's the guy that gave me the funny sign earlier. How you doing? Mm, that's ability. Mm, mm. Pretty good. I found the giant turtle
Why would you do that?
as part of the class. You had to reach the top.
Is it a big turtle?
Mhm.
Big, like 14 stories high.
Why didn't you just cast reduce on it?
What are you some kind of fucking wizard?
Yeah.
Lord guides
Ah.
me through all things. I don't know what you mean about this. Mm, by this reduce. I'm just gonna force my will on another creature.
No, that's
Mhm. There was a bear.
I, I chose the bear. um. So we'll put a pin at you with you four and go back to Vexel. Hello, Vexel. How you holding up?
Yeah, I'm good. Everything's fine. Talking to some scorpions.
So
They started a mariachi band.
do you partake in any more of the do you partake in any more of the
No,
nectar and or bread?
You know what? I'm kind of liking
my
the
best
vibe of
friend's a
talking to these
scorpion.
fucking scorpions, so I'm gonna take a little more nectar and see what else I can talk to.
Okay, so far you've taken a couple sips and you have about maybe a cup and three quarters. How much more would you say you drink?
Let's 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 finish off the three quarters.
Okay,
See
gotcha.
what happens.
Alrighty. So the drink continues to be this very tasteful, sweet beverage that you start to kind of notice some of the fizz from it. Um, you also very quickly start to notice that you can now understand the cactus folk. Um, and as they're speaking, you're like, "Oh, I learned that song yesterday. You ready for it?" Like he's playing like an instrument there, and you have another guitar that he's playing. It's like, "And the cactus preserve, there's my people and my friends," and they seem to be kind of having a good time. You also lunch lady. um, you also notice there's about maybe a dozen or so scorpions that are starting to kind of um, head towards you, look a little like collective. Here's the guy I told you about. His name is Vexel. Say hi. And then you hear, hi, 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 hi. It's very good to meet you.
It's very good to meet you too. Hi.
I don't always do this, but I'm letting you meet my family because you seem like a pretty nice guy. If you need anything, just let us know.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. You have a very lovely group here.
There's a saying that I learned, "Mi casa es su casa."
That's a great saying. Words to live by. I appreciate
So the scorpions look like they're just kinda, like, chilling. It's a very interesting, environment, not to say the least, because it looks like the festivities are at their peak between the cactus folk and some of the students. You notice one of the students, completely finished their drink, and looks to be having some type of, like, dancing, and she's just kinda, like, vibing, and, um, you notice another student just kinda, like, just a little bit nervous. He's like he gives you the high, nod as he's near you.
nod back.
I'm sorry, I don't. Is the nectar good?
It's very good. You should try it. It has some interesting effects.
He's like, "Haven't drank any of it yet. I'm really nervous. Are you sure it's not bad?"
Yeah, drink it and ask the scorpions. It's great.
Okay, he starts drinking it. He's like, "Oh!" Takes another drink, and then Gavi comes around and is like, "I see everybody's having a good time. Good time? Good time?" And he looks over at you. "Good time?"
It's great. It's a great time.
"Oh, good time. Yes, alrighty." And, the music starts to pick up, and, it just looks like some type of, like, maybe party, essentially is what you're gathering. So this is just like a desert preservation party. Um, the sun starts to cool down a little bit at this point. It feels like you're no longer in the peak of the heat, so to say. Um, um, what do you do, Vex?
I'm having a good time. I guess I'm gonna observe and see what I notice about Is it like rituals going on, or are they just all kind of dancing, playing
Yeah,
beer?
it looks like based off of what you picked up from the pamphlet of information, there are actually instruments that they're playing. You notice that there's a guitar, a fiddle, um, a didgeridoo. You notice there's drums.
Okay, can I
It's
try to play one?
yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
ask
walk.
them.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right, let me try to do some drums. I'm gonna do some drumming. I'm feeling pretty good. I got a belly full of nectar.
Okay, the guy that's playing the drums,
Yeah.
he gets up and he's like, "Oh, everybody, we got a special treat!" And he starts like raising his little cactus arms, raising the roof, and now you've got a set of drums, and you want to go ahead and play them.
Yeah, I want to see. I have no idea if I'm good or not. I
Well,
don't even know if
we're gonna find out. Roll performance for me.
oh Lord. I'm fucking fantastic. A 19.
19, dude,
Killing it.
you're fucking like Neil Peart on these drums. So what you start to do, you find a rhythm. You actually you very quickly pick up the rhythm that the rest of the band is playing. Um, the Cactus Folk are loving this. Like, there's this feeling of just elatedness where they're like, "He knows how to play. He knows how to do the drums. You're pretty good." And then you hear one of the Scorpions. "I had a feeling that he was pretty good at the drums. I didn't want to say anything, but I can see when there's true talent in front of me." And then you just the Scorpion just goes off and starts to mingle. Bless you. Um, so you continue playing. Roll another performance for me as you continue playing.
Okay. Still got 17.
Dude, 17?
Yeah.
So you start to play a bit more, I would say, on rhythm than the others do, to the point where even the band is really giving you props. The Cactus Folk with the guitar, he's playing, he's like, "Yeah, I played that good." And one of the students that's been drinking starts to kind of dance over there, and it's like, "Hi, I'm Rionia."
Still drumming. Hello. Nice to meet you.
You're amazing with the drums.
Thank you. I didn't even know I could do this.
Where's
Beginner's luck.
Do you know where there's that nectar? I would like more of that nectar.
I'll just do I still have my cup with me? Because I'll just hand her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like here you go. Have some of mine. I'm feeling pretty good. I don't need more.
I'm just gonna take a sip. Just a sip. And she drinks the whole thing.
Just a sip.
Oh, that was a big sip.
It's fine. I was
Just a
done.
sip.
Thank you.
Just for a second.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad this is the easiest curriculum to do.
Yes. It's just a great choice.
Um,
Do you
as you're
want to try? I'll offer if they want to
offer
try.
the drums?
Yeah, you want to try? I mean, do you want to try?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great.
Okay. And she kind of walks around. Um, she opens her hands for the drums and she starts patting on them like
Natural. That's,
she's not very good at the drums. I think she's had too much nectar.
yeah, you're probably right, Scorpy.
And then she starts to kind of slow down the drums, and then she looks over at Gavi. Gavi, thank you so much. Hold on a second. Hold on, Gavi. Thank you for letting me try the drums back. So
Oh, you're welcome. It was fun.
thank you. Thank you very much.
You're
This
very
was a
welcome.
great time.
Maybe you should go lie down.
She walks over and towards Gavi. Gavi, I just want to give you a big old hug. Oh,
Don't do it.
I want to do that, and like she just like gives him a big old bear hug. Um, and as she's squeezing them, she's like, ah! She just like falls to the ground with like pricks on her and covered in cactus
With
pricks.
with one on her.
Pricks.
Cactus.
Cactus
Pricks.
cactus needles.
I've seen that movie. Okay.
Oh God! I told you not to give me a hug, and you got cactus hug. Sorry.
So, can I walk over and try to like take some of them
Yeah,
out of her? Just gonna pull
yeah.
some out. Maybe just keep
Yeah.
that.
You start pulling out a couple.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Why'd I do? What? Why did I do that?
Yeah, too much nectar. He did tell you not to hug him.
Oh. And then you start to notice that she's got maybe a couple dozen more. You just want to help her with all the
Yeah,
cactus.
yeah, sure. I'm gonna try and get her right. I feel like
Okay,
it's my
gotcha.
fault. Shouldn't have let her drum.
As you start doing that, you see another scorpion just walk over towards you.
Oh no.
Baxo, I gotta say, you're a real stand-up guy doing that for
Oh,
her.
thanks. I appreciate that, Scorpion. You're a stand-up Scorpion.
I would help, but I probably would cause more harm than good.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, it's fine. I've got it. You probably shouldn't sit this one out.
Well, my family and I, we gotta go back so that we're not part of the food chain. You see,
Yeah, I
but
understand.
you know, we're friends. We're family.
Yeah, maybe I'll come back out here sometime and we can reconvene. It was nice meeting you.
Don't be such a stranger around here.
I'll try not to. I'll make my way to the desert again, I'm sure.
All right now. As they say, toodaloo to you.
Yeah,
In the
toodly-doo.
and then the scorpions head out. As you start to finish grabbing all the different needles that pricked Rionia, she gets back up and she's able to kind of get herself together. And it's a little bit of a sobering experience for her. Oh, thank you again for that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry that you got pricked all over.
I drank too much of that nectar is what I freaking
I mean,
did.
clearly you killed it on the drums, though.
Really?
No,
Oh.
but you tried. Just like beside me on another one, like the wheel.
as you
Great.
as you all are having this conversation, Gavi comes over to you. Well, it's been a really good time to have you all. I really hope that you all come see us again. Um, and we appreciate you all immersing the culture of the cactus folk. You all passed the curriculum.
That is great. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to match the
You're
hand
welcome.
gesture.
Yes. I do the hand.
Thank you.
Zip-a-da-ba-doo-doo. So as you all start to exit Quandrix campus and Vexel, as you start to head back out of Lorehold campus, that is going to be where we end the night.
Okay.
Word.
Cool deal.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, we'll definitely we're gonna have the play. We're gonna have Ezekiel's dad arrive to sort things out. Um, you know, with like foreshadow that very well will be the upcoming session. But this one was a little blasty blast. I'm glad I actually got all three played out because I didn't know who I was going to pick what, and all three will actually be used as to be served for this campaign. So,
Hell
dude,
Alright.
yeah.
good shit, Austin. Glad to have you on, and
Yeah.